What's up, YouTube? Michael, on time, my man. Very nice, sir. All right. DJ, spin that. Woo!
It's so cool it happens.
Yes, it is. All right, sous chef, apron, please.
Oh,
Check.
yeah.
Let's go.
So what is
Oh.
the apron? We have an apron of the day.
We got multiple aprons of the days.
But is this one? Is that one taggable?
Yes. This apron is taggable. What's up, people? What's up, family? Please do not change my views. Thank you, candles. All right. Woo, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Happy Monday. Happy holiday for those celebrating. All right. What's up? All right. I think that's a good view right there. Adjusted a little scotch. All right. What's going on around here? All right. What's up, my peeps? The Chef Ed crew. We in the building. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? How we rolling? All right. Once the apron goes on, you know I mean business. You know what I'm saying? As much as I love my t-shirt, you know, Dragon Balls and all, I gotta put on the apron of the day. Today we're rocking the apron, so you know, pin your goals. Let's pin some. Yeah, let's do it. All right. Whoops. Alrighty. We are pinning our shoptastic. Okay, it's pinned. Beautiful. Alrighty. What's up, everybody? Okay. Gross. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? I am well. How are you, Anando? How's it going? How's your Monday? All right. Let's get it popping. What's up, everybody? Welcome. This is Chef Ed. I am your host. All right. And we are in the building. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. We're making dinner as usual, right? We're making dinner as usual. What's up, people? So Monday to Wednesday, I do dinner, right? All plant-based and delicious. All right, so stay tuned for that. All right, we're gonna have some fun. All right, so the way this live goes is I do dinner, and while I'm doing dinner, we talk about what it is to be plant-based. We talk about that lifestyle, and we do Q&A. So it's the perfect opportunity for you to bring your amazing questions about being more plant-based and just overall any questions or, you know, headaches you might have about just navigating that journey and that lifestyle, right? I've been doing it for almost 10 years now, so I'm quite familiar. And then besides that, I am a professional chef going on 30 years. So between being plant-based for 10 years and cooking for 30 years professionally, my knowledge, I would like to say, is yes, babes, thank you so much. So I pride myself on you know, being able to help, right? So that's the goal. You get to watch me do some delicious food, and then you also get to ask questions about what it is that you need help with. So first things first, let's go over what we're doing for dinner tonight. All right, welcome. So we have mac and cheese in the oven already. All right, I made it yesterday. I like to make my mac and cheese like the day before so it can set and then, you know, warm it back up, that kind of thing. So mac and cheese is in the oven, getting nice and warm at 250 degrees, right? And while that's getting nice and hot, we're gonna work on our vinaigrette, right? And then we're gonna work on our salad and I also have black beans that I cooked earlier on today. That's in this big pot right here, right? So I did a very delicious chipotle style black beans, right? So whole dried chipotle peppers, lots of onions, lots of garlic, all right? Cilantro, cumin, all that good stuff, right? Smoked paprika, so really nice flavors, right? So we've been cooking that for a couple hours well. So that's nice and spicy, right? There's a Scotch bonnet in there too. So we have chipotle peppers and we have Scotch bonnet. So the heat is not like crazy spicy, but there's enough heat where you notice it, right? So that's what we have going on. So for the salad today, I'm excited because I'm going to do a version of like a wishbone or a thousand, like one of those store-bought dressings, right? Like when I was younger, I loved like the Italian dressing. So I'm gonna do a house-made version for you live and direct right here. And it's really simple to make, honestly, without all of the preservatives and the gums and the additives and all that stuff. So it's basically oregano, basil, garlic, chili flakes, a little bit of rosemary, some chicory if you want to get fancy, right? Lots of garlic. I don't know if I said that. Onion flakes in here as well. And what I'm going to add, so that's the mix, the dry mix, right? But to this, I'm also going to add some onion powder and garlic powder. That's going to help with the viscosity, right? And the thickness of it. So it's not going to be so loose, right? So we're gonna add, and also for flavor, of course, right? So we're adding that in. That was the garlic powder. So now I'm adding in the onion powder. All right, very important. Those two, and then we'll give this a little mix. I'm going to add a little bit of simple syrup, right? If you know, or if you're familiar with Italian dressing, there's a little sweetness to it. Not a lot, just a little bit. So we're adding some simple syrup. You can go with any kind of vinegar you like. For me, I do apple cider vinegar. You can do a white distilled vinegar. You can do a champagne vinegar, or maybe even a rice wine. But then, it's kind of Asian. So if you're doing the Italian dressing, I wouldn't put, that kind of dressing in there, that kind of vinegar. What's up, Bridget? How you doing? So vinegar is going in, right? And we're adding about that much vinegar, right? And you always want to shake up your apple cider, because if you get one of the really good apple cider, the mother settles, right? All that sediment on the bottom, you want to make sure that you mix that up in there, because all that's good stuff. All right, don't let it sit on the bottom and then collect over time, right? So to our dry mix, we're gonna add salt and black pepper. All right, so we have our salt. All right, and then we're gonna add some black pepper in here as well. Okay, beautiful. And then last but not least, we're gonna go in with our extra virgin olive oil. All right, so when you're doing vinaigrettes, there's a ratio that you always want to pay attention to, right? And that ratio is 2-to-1, right? With the ratio, it's 2 oil to 1 vinegar, because the vinegar obviously is very harsh, very strong. So you want to be very careful. Debbie, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks for sharing the live. Humble, welcome back. My peeps in the building. So vinegar, oil, always 2 oil to 1 vinegar. So you know where the oil stops and you know where the vinegar stops, right? Because the oil will always separate. So that's how you know where the vinegar is compared to the oil. So the vinegar is right here, and all this is the oil on top that's floating. So we're gonna add just a little bit more oil to this. And the cool thing about this vinaigrette is that it'll last you forever until it's done, basically, right? So we don't have to worry about making a big batch of it, all right? So we're gonna put a lid on, and we're gonna shaky. That's it. So this is our house-made Italian zesty vinaigrette, right? Super simple, super easy. Anybody can do it, it don't take a lot, all right? And if you want to do if you want a cheat code, just buy an Italian seasoning throw that into your container, and then you just have to add your chili flakes, onion powder, garlic powder, and then you're adding your salt, pepper, vinegar, and oil, and your sugar, right? Your simple syrup. That's it, right? So there's multiple ways you can go about doing this. So this is done. It's ready, all right? And I always like to do my dressings and my vinaigrettes early so they can kind of sit, and just enjoy each other's company, right? While we get everything else ready.
Debbie said 4 chilies.
Debbie, muy caliente. Thank you so much. Appreciate the chilies, Debbie. All right, we like to keep it spicy in here, so I appreciate that. All right, DJ, what's up? All right, what we doing? What we doing? All right, my DJ is doing 2 jobs at the same time, so we're gonna have to have a chat after the live, cause you know what I'm saying. What's up, man? Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, so for the salad, this is what we have going on for the salad today. All right, we're going to do lettuce. I have my sprouts that I just finished growing, so we're gonna put some sprouts into our bowl for our salad, right? Because sprouts are super healthy and really good for you, right? So sprouts are in. Whoops. All right, get those seeds, shells out of there. Okay, so that's done. Put that to the side. We have our sprouts. The next thing we're gonna work on is some purple cabbage for our salad, right? Because purple cabbage looks really nice inside of your salad, right? So it's always a plus, in there. And anytime you go to the store and you buy those mixes, especially if you get, the colorful mixes, they always have purple cabbage in them. So hence we're doing that. It's just really nice to look at. So we're gonna trim the old piece off, right? The all dry, shriveled up piece. And then we're gonna just go in real nice and thin. All right, knife safety first. All right, you always want to make sure those fingers are tucked away real nice back there, so we don't end up with no casualties. You know what I mean? I wish I could that fast. Sissy, no worries. Practice, practice, practice. That's it. The only reason I can do it this fast is because, right? Lots of practice. Lots of practice. So what I would do when I was in culinary school, I would just get stuff to cut, and I would just, for like an hour a day, I would just practice. Between using the saute pan to flip stuff, it was either that or I was practicing my knife skills. But yeah, get cucumbers, anything that's easy to cut. And the other important thing is you need to have a sharp knife. As long as you have a sharp knife, you can cut fast, but be very careful though, because it can get messy. You know what I mean? It can get messy. All right, so red onion, all right, for our delicious salad. All right. Let me get a towel, clean this baby up over here. All right, how's everybody's Monday going? I hope it's going really well. All right, so red onion. Okay. Nice, beautiful slices, right? You can like see through it, right? So we have our red onions, we have our purple cabbage, all right? Beautiful colors, right? You had to work, Bobby. It's all right. I had to work too, but it's okay. All right, we gotta make that money. You know what I mean? We gotta make that money, baby. All right, let me get my greens. All right, out of the water. Okay. Yes. Beautiful greens. Beautiful greens. So we have nice fresh frisee. Remember, right? My secret to really good greens. Take them out at least an hour before you need them. Put them in ice cold water and let them sit there, okay, until you're ready for them. All right, macaroni and cheese is hot. I'm gonna turn off the oven. Okay. lettuce is ready. All right, so we're gonna give this a nice little rough chop. All right, give it one more final see through there. Make sure everything is copacetic. You know what I mean? Yeah. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. All right, people. Lettuce is going in. Oh, so I have some good news for everybody. I just finished my second edition to the cookbook, right? Edition number 2. And I'm telling you, whoo! I can't wait. It's gonna get to me on Friday, just so I can make sure that everything looks good. And then once it's ready to go, we're gonna put in that order and we're gonna have the new cookbooks available. Yeah, and trust me, the new cookbook, oh man, the recipes, amazing. Some really cool recipes. We got vinaigrettes, we have sauces, we have mayonnaise, we have dips, we got all kinds of cool stuff. Miso eggplants, we got tofu. We have some really cool stuff coming. So definitely make sure you stay tuned for that, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, lettuce is cut. Clean up my board real quick. Okay, so we have everything in here except for our delicious peppers. All right, we're gonna do a piece of pepper in here. All right, all the pepper. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Appreciate that. The salad is gonna be really good, right? Because look at that. Look how pretty that looks. We have the sprouts, we have the purple cabbage, we have the frisee, we have romaine lettuce. All right, we're about to add some yellow peppers to this, and that's how we roll. We already got our dressing, well, our vinaigrette done. All right, made fresh in-house. Can't beat that ever. All right. Appreciate that, Debbie. Appreciate that. No tomatoes, no onions. Oh, you missed it. Onions are already in. Onions are already in. I'm about to grab the tomato. Trust me, we in there like swimwear. Fresh, juicy tomato. All right. Nice and firm. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Woo! Talk about a sharp knife. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, so tomatoes I'm gonna leave for a second, because when you're doing the salad with all of the mixing, you kind of make the tomatoes release too much of the juices too quickly. So once the salad is mixed, then we're gonna kind of add everything in. Make it sound so good. Miss Lady, it is good, right? It is good, and you can make it sound just as good too, right? It just takes the right ingredients, putting them together in the right way. But thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you. All All right, so we have everything ready for our salad. All right, let me get the cucumber ready. Right? We went to the farmer's market on Saturday and we got some amazing veggies. But it was kind of raining, so my mushroom guy wasn't there. I was a little disappointed. You know what I mean? Because he has the best mushrooms ever. So we're gonna have to go a week without mushrooms. I'm not happy about that, but you know, can't do anything about that. You know what I mean? Okay, so cucumbers. Okay. Put this to the side. Now, you know what? Let's get a bowl for this because we need to get our Brussels sprouts ready. All right, so cucumbers over here. All right, we put that over there. And then for the tomatoes, let's get a little bowl. All right, let's put the tomatoes here. What's up, people? If you're just joining us, welcome. All right, we getting dinner ready. You know how we do every week. I appreciate that. Thank you. Alrighty. So next up, Miss Lady, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you so much. Okay, so Brussels sprouts, one of my favorite ingredients ever. Right? So, whoops. Thank you. Okay, so Brussels sprouts, we just snip off the tops, right, like that. Depending on how big they are, I'll leave them whole. So, you know, and then I just peel off that outer layer, right? That's the best way to clean them, right? When they're this small, you don't need to cut them in half. Can you? If you want to, yes. Do you have to? No, you don't, right? Imagine having to do a whole case of this. Shoo! So, while we're prepping and getting ready for the final part of dinner, it's time for my favorite part of the night. Q&A, baby. What's up, Cherry? Welcome back. So, hit me with the questions. Namil, yeah, fan club. That's what's up. Are Brussels sprouts and cabbage the same? They're the same family, but they're not identical the same. I mean, they grow differently, and a Brussels sprout won't turn into a cabbage, and vice versa. But they are the same in terms of they're related. You know, they look the same, right? But they grow differently. Brussels sprouts, they grow on like a limb, like on a stick, right? Whereas in cabbage grows individually, you know, right out of the ground, right? Brussels sprouts, you'll have like literally like a branch, and there's just like all over the one branch, there's Brussels sprouts growing all around it, like nuggets. Some supermarkets will sell them like that. If you're lucky, you'll get it like that, you know? It's really cool. That was a good question. What's up? Any other questions for me? You know I love the questions, people. And just so you know, it is Monday. So it's Meatless Monday. So for those of you trying to be more plant-based, this is the perfect time to be, you know, plant-based. What's up, Namil? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are enjoying the tunes. Are you a Jamaican? Nah, man, I'm not Jamaican, but I am from the Caribbean. You understand? St. Lucia to be exact. You feel me? You see me? I lived in Jamaica though. Yeah, I lived in Jamaica. I lived in Trelawney. I lived in Blue Mountain. I lived in Kingston. Yeah, man.
Okay, someone asked. Well, someone said you didn't get mushrooms at the market, but what is the best kind?
Oh snap! Goal achieved! Yay! So the best kind of mushrooms. That's a tough one, man, because I love so many. So how about this? I'll tell you all my favorite ones. Right? There is morel mushrooms that look like no, thank you, man. That was awesome. You rock. Appreciate the roses. Yeah, look at that. You killing it. So I love morel mushrooms. They are thank you. I appreciate that. Morel mushrooms are like one of my hands down favorites. They kind of look like walnuts, right? Really tasty, really just delicious. The texture is like insane, right? There's like nothing like it. And then another type of mushroom I like, I would say, is shiitakes. I love those for like a stir fry, a good stir fry. And then I love lobster mushrooms. Lobster mushrooms are amazing. They literally, the color is almost like this. Like they're really bright orange red, like a brick orange, and it's very sturdy, like almost no water content. Like literally it's like firm, almost like wood, right? But so delicious when you saute them, like with some garlic, fresh thyme, some chilies, a little bit of bay leaves. Like, I mean, just impeccable flavor, right? Another one I like are oyster mushrooms. Oyster mushrooms are really amazing. You can do so much with them because there's so many different types of oysters. There's pink, there's yellow, there's blue oysters, there's white oysters. I mean, all kinds, right? So those I would say are some of my favorite. Even chanterelle mushrooms are really nice too if you can get them fresh. Because chanterelles are like one of the only ones that grow, by pine trees. So a lot of the times when people harvest them, because the quality is not that great, they're filled with a bunch of pine. You know what I mean? Pine needles, anyway. Do you think tomatoes are a fruit or a vegetable? Um, it's both. It's both. But I lean towards more of a vegetable. You know what I mean? Because of the way it's classified, it can go for either or. There's always a debate about if it's a vegetable or a fruit. But for me, I leave it in the veggie category.
The classification is under fruit, but it's essentially a vegetable.
Exactly. See, my smart daughter, she said it. The classification is under fruit, but it is actually a vegetable. So that's what she said.
Essentially,
right?
I said essentially. That's the operative
It's essentially a veggie.
Yes.
All right. So there you have it. So be careful with your Brussels sprouts because some of them be having worms.
Oh.
Yeah. So extra protein, but we don't want that.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I found one or two. It's a good sign. I like when I find worms in my veggies or my salads because that lets me know that there are no pesticides.
That's from Trader Joe's.
Yep. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't mind it. Especially with my salads, sometimes you'll see like a caterpillar, a green caterpillar. Like I'm cool with that. I'll just take them outside, let it do its thing, and then wash my salad and I'm good to go. You know what I mean? So I don't trip out about finding, caterpillars and stuff like that, in my salads or my greens, right? My oil is nice and hot. My beans are hot. Mac and cheese is hot. What's your favorite comfort food? Yeah, that's a good question. What is your favorite comfort food, people? Mine is a lot. Stir fry, dumplings, mac and cheese,
pineapple fried rice.
Pineapple fried rice. A nice avocado toast, beans. I love different types of beans, right? So salad dressing. If you don't do this shake, it doesn't work. All right. Okie dokie. Let's rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Oil is hot. We're gonna crank it up to 50. All right, 50%, scorching hot. All right. We're gonna say flame on. All right, all the way up there. And thank you, sweetheart, my cheerleader, my number one cheerleader. She said, "Good job." So appreciate that, sweetheart. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's rock and roll. Okay, we have our salad. All right, we're not gonna dress it. Now, very important. If you're doing a big party, again, you have a get together, anything like that, don't dress your salad before people get there. All right, especially if you're using very tender, soft greens. All right, the acid in the vinaigrette or the dressing is gonna kill your salad. Right? So the only way you would want to dress your salad early is if you're making a salad that has like a lot of hearty items in it, like cucumbers is okay, you know, like cauliflower, you know, beans, stuff like that, you know, pasta, even those you can dress early. But if it's 90% greens or high water content ingredients, then you dress it literally right before you're about to serve it. Best case scenario. All right, trust me. Trust me. Okay, so I think we're ready to cook our Brussels sprouts. I don't like my Brussels sprouts cold, so I want to make sure everything is ready, which it is. So I think we're ready to go, right, Emma?
Yeah.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got the board out of the way.
That's okay, right? The dirty. That's okay, right?
What?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
A little gray there. All right. Yes.
Is it dirt?
Just have to take off one extra layer. I don't like how it looks. Good eye. So you just want to go through it, make sure you don't see any worm tracks. You know, you can tell if a worm has been eating it because you'll see like a line that looks like a worm, but it's not a worm, right? But that's what they ate through to get to a certain part of it. So yeah, that's where we're at. So all good here. So oil is hot. Right, we're gonna angle this just a little bit so you can see. All right, let's put one leaf in. All right, if the leaf sizzles and pops immediately, then we know our oil is ready, right? Yep. All right, we're good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Pinky. All right, so for the sauce for our Brussels sprouts, which is right here. Okay, so I added sweet chili in here, right? So this is an Asian twist on our Brussels sprouts. So sweet chili, vegetarian oyster sauce, and sesame oil. All right, and a touch of hoisin. All right, that's what's in here for our Brussels sprouts. All right, Brussels sprouts are delicious. You just have to know how to cook them, right? A lot of people will marinate them or dress them and then put them in the oven. It's cool if you do that, but your oven needs to be piping hot. If your oven's not hot enough and you put your Brussels sprouts in there, you end up kind of steaming the Brussels sprouts. They get overcooked. The color's not nice. The texture is not nice. It's like mealy. So I always go for a shallow frying of my Brussels sprouts because then you get stuff like this, real nice and crispy on the edges. You get that flavor from the caramelization, right? And then you can just toss it in with your sauce. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay? So that's what we're gonna do. And this already smells delicious. You know what I'm saying? So we got, for the garnish, we're gonna do some fried shallots and some fried garlic chips on top, right? For added crunch, added texture, bada boom, bada bing, and we swing. Okay, we're going in with our Brussels sprouts. All right? Be careful, they can pop because remember, Brussels sprouts is a lot of water, right? So you want to be very careful when you're putting it into your hot oil. So don't throw it in and then jump back like that, you know, just be careful, all right? So take maybe a spoon and you can slowly guide them in like bloop, bloop, bloop. See, you hear all that splash, splash, splash? Right, we don't want too much of that, all right? We don't want to do that, all right? Act like a professional, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch yourself. They be popping, pop locking and drop it in the pan. You know what I mean? So, super important, hot pan. All right? Hot oil. And then you're cooking this just enough. All right? Remember, there's something called carryover cooking, carryover heat. So even though you take it out of the oil, it's going to still cook a little bit longer. All right? Roll call. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So be very careful with that. And once they're nice and golden, you take them out. Remember, the size also depicts how long you're going to cook it, right? What oil did you use? This is just straight up vegetable oil, right? So some avocado oil, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one piece of paper towel on the bottom so we can drain off the excess oil, all right? It's popping. The block is hot. Whoa. Okay. Fire is off. Now we take out the paper towel that we have on the bottom to get that excess oil. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take just a pinch of salt, right? Pinch of salt.
Lee said seed oil is vegetable. Avocado oil is not.
I mean, avocado is a vegetable, so you know, tomato with that one. All right, whichever oil you like, you can use. I like avocado oil. I use extra virgin olive oil. I do soybean oil sometimes. So a little bit of salt in here, right? Always first, and then our delicious sauce right on top. Yummy. And then we give this a nice little toss, right? Yeah, it's pinky. And that's it. Delicious glazed Brussels sprouts. Tasty, fresh, hot, and that's it. So, that's done. All right. So now let's get our salad mixed so we can serve dinner.
Someone said anything with the seed is a fruit.
Anything with a seed is a fruit.
I don't know.
Okay.
Cucumbers have seeds, by the way.
I mean, there's lots of vegetables that have seeds. There's lots of fruits that have seeds. So, I mean, you know, these are the questions and the comments that, you know, you have to take with a grain of salt because it's like, you know,
mostly.
then there's, you know, it's like the chicken and the egg. Which came first? You know? So, who knows? No one knows on earth. Nobody knows these things. You know what I mean? So, you just gotta, you know, take it as it is. It's true, I promise. All right, dressing is ready. Chicken not stirred. All right, looking delicious. Pour a little bit of that in there, and we're gonna mix this baby up. All right, we're gonna mix it up and see where we're at. See if we need to add any salt. See if we need to add any more dressing. Remember, you don't want to overdress your salads, right? You want to put enough vinaigrette or dressing in here. Have this up. You're absolutely right. Half of the things don't have seeds anymore. That's why I try my very best to buy seeded whatever I can. You know what I mean? Lee, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. It's like, you know, there's just so much stuff going on out there. Like, there's so many things that they're changing every day consistently that it's like, dude, by the time you turn around, people won't eat. You know what I mean? We won't eat because it's just so crazy. So I just tossed this, right? Then you see I'm adding the tomatoes in so we can keep the integrity of the tomatoes, right? The goal is to have everything still nice and you can still identify what everything is, all right? So let's taste it. We can go with a little bit more dressing or salt. Emma, which one?
I think both.
Both. All right. My oldest says we need a little bit of salt and we need a little bit of dressing. All right. So salt's in. Not a lot. All right. And then we're gonna have to shake this up again because it's separating. You wanna put that cap on there for me, sweetheart? Alrighty, alrighty. We're almost done with dinner. Shake. No, you gotta do the special shake, Emma.
I don't wanna do the special shake. Okay, give me. Just let me open it for you, okay?
You can open it. Quickly. Quickly.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, that's good. That's plenty. Cap that back up for me, please. Okay, dressings are done. All right, look at this beautiful, zesty Italian dressing. Salad situation going on here. Beautiful colors, the tomatoes, the peppers, the cabbage, the red onions. Like, this just looks delicious. You have the sprouts peeping through there. All yummy stuff, right? So, salad bowls.
Miss Lady's big drawings like I need this.
Miss Lady. Looks tasty. Yes, humble. You know it is. Stop playing. You know how we do. You know how we do every week, right? We gets busy. We gets down with the get down. You know what I'm saying? So, delicious salad. All right, let me move this out of the way so the people can see Wataguan. Wataguan, yes, Wataguan up in here. Stop. My kids are looking at me like, Daddy, you don't talk like that.
Because you don't.
You know, I mean, I'm Caribbean. It's there. You know, sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't. What can I say? Snuggle position. Yeah, look at this delicious looking salad. Like,
Miss Lady, like 2 bowls, please.
yeah, right? Salads can be so good. You know what I mean? They can be so good. You know, they just need a little love. That's it. Salads get a bad rep, man. Like, salads get a bad rep. All right. So, you guys know the deal. For those of you who've been watching my lives, you know, my daughter, one of them don't eat cucumbers. So, you know, I always have to dress my beautiful cucumbers afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. You know, cucumbers need love too.
It's
you
a
know,
preference.
and they're so good for you. They're hydrating. You know, they're just amazing. Just what it is. Alrighty. Cucumbers are in.
Give more to
Alright. And that's it. Salad is done, people. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Take this to the table, madame. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome. We about to plate up the main course, the Resistance, Pierre de Resistance. All right, look at these delicious looking Brussels sprouts. Come on, people. Come on, people. Look at that. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take some of our fried garlic and shallots. Right. We're gonna do our. How many of you here on this live have watched a movie called Nacho Libre? If you have, you will know what this is. The Lord's Cheeks. All right, we're done with that one. I love that movie. Oh my God, I love that movie. I love that movie so much. Anyway, we're done with that. So fried shallots, fried garlic in there, right? For added texture and crunch, give this a nice little tossy toss. All right, we're gonna eat one. So yummy. And it still has texture, right? That's what I love about cooking Brussels sprouts that way, right? You get to keep the texture, the integrity of it. You know what I mean?
You tried it already?
I sure did, sweetheart.
Oh no.
All right, mac and cheese is coming out. Look at that. Talk about cheesy mac and cheese. And did I tell you that this was vegan? Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing with me. Delicious. All right. So yesterday I made a cheese sauce. Right? I made a nice cheese sauce. right? With nutritional yeast, milk, mustard, smoked paprika.
Loretta said, I do too. I love Jack Black. Too funny.
He's the best. Yes, I love it. That's what's up. He is so funny. He is a clown. He is a clown. So mac and cheese is done. All right. Feed the kitties. All right. No belly left behind. You know what I'm saying? All right, people. Mac and cheese is served. Now let's get our buns. What else are we missing? Mac and cheese, Brussels sprouts, and beans. Okay, we have Brussels. Oh, nice music, Elia. Yeah.
Love and Laugh said, personality on 10. You got a little girl helping off camera. Yes, I'm helping him.
Yes, my daughter. My 15-year-old grown daughter. My baby. Alrighty, so let's get these beans in here. These boings. Alright, people. Black beans.
You can give me a lot if you want. Beans look so good.
Yeah, these beans were cooked with lots of love. All right, ladies and gentlemen, dinner is done. Dinner is served. Thanks for rocking and rolling. All right. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow. All righty. Tomorrow's going to be some different, obviously.
Ooh, put the plate to the camera.
But yeah, this is what we have. We have the Brussels sprouts, right? We have the beans. We have the mac and cheese. We have the delicious salad on the table. All right. We got all we need. And yeah, we're going to dig in and have a good time. All right, people. I appreciate you guys. All the love, all the support. I learned something today. Thank you. Chalk City.
Yeah, you said it right.
Chalk City. Chalk City.
I mean, it's like
Chocolate City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I want the cheese sauce recipe. Yummy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no worries. I got you, Mary. If you have a pen and paper, I could tell you right now. And then, you know, I always download my lives and I post them on the tube. So you can always check them out there. But for the cheese sauce, super simple, right? You take some butter. So like, I'll give you a full on direction. So it's half a cup of butter, right? Add that to a pot. Melt it completely. Then I do a quarter cup of flour to that butter. Cook those two together until it becomes a paste, right? Lightly golden in color. Once that's done, I add bay leaves to it. I add garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, mustard powder. All right, put all of that together. So mustard powder, smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, bay leaves, right? Nutritional yeast, right? Salt, pepper, and I add milk to that and I bring it up to a boil, right? And once it comes to a boil, I let it slowly reduce and the milk, butter, and flour mixture becomes the thickener and this gets nice and thick. And that's what I use. I use soy milk, is really good. I do either soy milk or I do neutral coconut milk, truth. All right, those are the two milks that I use. You can use almond milk if you want to. That's cool if you can use it. But my go-to is soy or coconut milk. And I'm telling you, it's one of the best cheese sauce you can make. And it's just really amazing. And if you want your sauce thicker, you just need to add a little bit more flour in the beginning, right? And less milk at the end. So that's how you control the thickness of it. But the more you let it cook, the more you let it reduce, it gets thicker. This is all vegan, 100%. Everything. Nothing here has any meat products, any byproducts, nothing. 100% vegan, always. Everything on my channel. Every time you see me on here, I'm making food, I'm making drinks, whatever it is, it's always 100% vegan. Yeah, lady. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
And whoever asked for the recipe, if you didn't get all that, just look at the repost, right?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're going to post this, on the tube. Yeah, can't really say too much, because TikTok be bugging. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, good.
I appreciate that, Mary.
That was a person.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So that's what we do. Here you go. That's for your brother. That's for you, sweetheart.
Thank
Need more of anything?
you. Yeah.
What's that?
Mac.
Mac and cheese, of course. See, they're about to eat all the food. What's up? What's up? So we're about to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. About to serve my kitties.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, of course. We're about to do our din. Right? And we're about to have a good time, all right? So that's what we're doing for dinner. Mac and cheese. All right? There you go. Bye-bye. Alrighty. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Wishing you nothing but the best. Remember to be kind to yourself. Thank you, Miss Lady. I appreciate that. It is really good. We were eating it last night. As soon as it came out of the oven, we were like, that's why the piece was missing on the side here. But yeah, thanks for rocking and rolling. I will see you tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow we're going to do something delicious as well. And it's going to be 100% plant-based, and yeah, that's how we roll. All right. Peace and love, everybody. Catch you later. And get those cookbooks, people. And of course, the aprons. Later. I'm on every day between 5:30 and 5:45 Eastern Standard Time, Nicole. All right, Monday to Wednesday. The earliest 5:30, the latest 5:45. Cool? I'll see you tomorrow. All right, peace.